too far from the 4,000 that we have now. Yes, there will be progress. Some things had been put in place before he came into power. And so he would reap the benefits of that. And it's good. He's reaping that benefit. Is for the benefit of the people of Nigeria. And I'm not going to deny him that. But for us to say we have an excellent result and that is guaranteed for the next 2 years, I don't know. By now, actually, I think it was 6,000 though that we were supposed to, in economics or finance, you have variances. So you do a variance analysis. Yes, we're at 4,000. But where were we supposed to be based on the budget that we gave you? The money that you had? The money that you said you were going to put into power? What was it supposed to generate? What did it generate? So it is progress, but is it sufficient progress based on the resources that we had? We don't know all those details. And I want to hope that no matter who you are, no matter the party that you belong to, that the good of this country is primary in your heart, and that every decision that you make is for the purpose of elevating the people of this country. A lot of the decisions that we've made in the last, and I say we, because there are Nigerians advising the president, a lot of the decisions that we've made in the last 2 years have been questionable. We've had to retract so many times on issues. And so as we look forward, which is what I would like for us to do, as we look forward, first I would encourage the president to assess the people around him.
You think is very important?
Extremely so. He's not going to have the time to look at every sector, every paper, every decision. He is the president of the country. But you have to have able-bodied, able people around you who will not advise you to grant pardon to questionable people, who will not advise you to change the name of a university when you haven't done, the due diligence. He would not advise you to increase, a lot of things. We appoint people to the boards of universities without looking at their background, only to find out that, somebody on there was supposed to have been kicked out of office because, he supplied fake educational credentials. So all of these little things mars the things that they hope to accomplish. So first of all, look at the people around you. Every time somebody puts a paper in front of you and you sign and it puts you in jeopardy, they should be gone. There should be repercussions because you are the president of, the most, the largest country perhaps in Africa. Only South Africa in terms of economy, beats us.
Because this angle you just brought in is very important, Professor, taking us back in time, getting to see some of those decisions that have been reversed. And truly, the president will have advisors and those he's been working with. Now, in cases like that, because you've actually done a whole lot in the United States before coming back home, how does it really operate, looking at the credentials of these people appointed? Must everything be based on your party affiliation, or also look at your own credential to see if you're actually fit for that position before Mr. President endorses the appointment?
In fact, it's a whole major affair, at least with my experience in the U.S. When the president is making a decision or he's putting somebody in position, they go to the House and they are grilled to no end. Somebody is researching their background and putting information out there about who this person is. And it's not unusual for a president to say, okay, I'm withdrawing this person and putting this person instead of it because of their qualification, because of their background, because of maybe something in their past, whatever, that we didn't know when we put that person's name forward. So it is very critical to have people who are able, people who have integrity, and to be the ones to advise our president. Now, once you've surrounded yourself with people who have your interest at heart, your loyalty at heart, I mean your good at heart. I say this all the time when I've worked under a boss. The first allegiance I tell them is, I will never let you be surprised. I will never do anything that you would come out and was like, oh my God, how did this happen? Because I am going to protect you. I am going to protect the organization. That should be the number one primary charge to anyone who's going to work with a president.
But
president.
Are you implying the ones around him are not protecting him enough?
Well, look at what's going on, though. If they've been protective enough, maybe not protective in the sense of security, but protective of his integrity, that never let him be ashamed, never let him have to retract. He's had to retract so often.
Because, sorry, Jamal, because I just wanted to chip this in. I'm trying to look at the picture you're painting, which perhaps is supposed to be a good culture for us to imbibe. Remember President Obama retaining some of the top nominees, appointees of President Bush at that time, Ben Bernanke, one of them. So, in other words, it shouldn't be about those that are with you, maybe during the campaign trail, but about those that can actually deliver.
Exactly.
So that we can truly have a good marking scheme and look towards a better future, as you said.
Exactly. You see, it doesn't always have to be along party lines. Everything does not always. I mean, look at the voting that they did just the last couple of days. What's wrong with somebody who is not PDP being chair? What is wrong with that? I mean, do we have to always pander towards the party? If it's not if we find that somebody is in the Labour Party or somebody is in ACP or PCP or CPC or whomever, and they're good and they're capable, we all just decide you're going to be chair, and that's it, because we know it's for the benefit of this nation. But instead, we let party sentiments guide our judgment, and we need to stop that. When you find people who are capable, whether they are in your party or not, you put them in place and let them work for the nation.
Part of some of the sectors you talked about, manufacturing and agriculture. I mean, if you look at these two sectors, they definitely, if not completely, rely on electricity. Because if we have to measure any kind of growth, I mean, yes, the oil sector, international prices may affect it, and so we may benefit from that, as you highlighted. In other words, you're saying, if you focus on those two key sectors, in fact, if they have to focus on those, they need to work out the power situation first.
Oh,
because you have subsistence farmers first. If you have to go commercial, they have to improve their capacity to store those products. And then manufacturing has to have constant power supply for us to be an exporting country.
Absolutely. I mean, you touched on my second point. First, we put people in place who are capable. Second, we fix power. Whatever we need to do to fix power, we do it. If we need to stop, put a hold on so many things and tell this nation, our goal is to fix power. You'll have 24/7 electricity in your home. And countries have done it before. They put aside every need and they focus on industrialization, for example. Japan did it. They left everything undone and focused on industrialization. We see what they did, with that. So we stop everything and we fix power. If we fix power, we'll benefit in terms of security. The people at home will feel it in their pocketbook because they don't have to buy diesel or petrol. They don't have to fix and maintain generators. All of these will be beneficial to the people. And not only that, employers can work several shifts. Morning, afternoon, evening, overnight. So put more people to work. If we do this with manufacturing, what we're looking at is, getting the multiplier effect in this country. And another interesting statistic